guys, it's probably first last week here. I'm just wanting to make a video about boot camp week by week because, as most of us know, this past year, Commandant General Neller, or whoever really, has decided that there should be a fourth phase of boot camp. I'm not really sure what all that's about. I'm pretty sure it's to give those new Marines an extra week to kind of learn what it is to be a Marine and how, to act as a Marine. It doesn't add any extra time onto boot camp. Boot camp is still 12 training weeks, 1 week of receiving. It's 13 weeks altogether, obviously. Like I said, they just added that. They just kind of changed the training cycle a little bit in order to give them that extra week to actually learn how to, be Marines and whatever else. So what I'm going to do is, I'm on the Recruit Parents website here. I've got it pulled up. I'm going to kind of read how each thing is going now. And this first little bit is weeks 1 through 3. Well, let me back up. For those of you that don't really know anything about it, the very first week doesn't technically count as a training week, so that's why it's not, included in here. But the first week you're actually there, and it's not really a week, it's like 5 days, is receiving week. And what it is you're gonna get there. They're gonna give you your haircut, give you all your gear, give you all your medical stuff like your shots and those two pills or so that you have to take. A couple other things like finish out your paperwork, give you a few briefs on like how things are supposed to go, and then Friday is Black Friday. You meet your drill instructors, all that mess. So yeah, that's pretty much receiving week in a nutshell. Now, the week after is actually training week number 1. So I got the information pulled up here. Excuse me. Information pulled up here on the website, and I'm gonna go ahead and just read each one. And if I can, I'm going to just elaborate on what each one of those means, if it's kind of like a vague point. So, here we go. Weeks 1 through 3. Recruits receive instruction on military history, customs and courtesies, basic first aid, uniforms, leadership, and core values. I'm just going to stop there and talk about that. Now, what that is, obviously, military history is kind of giving you an idea on, how the Marine Corps started, how all of our traditions came about, things like that. That's obviously pretty cut and dry. Customs and courtesies, that's things like saluting when an officer goes by, giving the proper greeting of the day. Those are kind of courtesies and things like that. Basic first aid, you're gonna learn, you're gonna learn how to use the IFAC. You're gonna learn how to use a tourniquet, how to treat a chemical burn, how to treat a sucking chest wound, how to work with a fracture. I think it's an open fracture, and actually I think that's it on the basic first aid. Uniforms, obviously you're going to learn how to identify each uniform just by looking. You're going to learn how to properly wear them. You're going to learn about Marine Corps Order, Papa 1020.34 Golf, for changes 1 through 5. That is your Marine Corps order on, uniforms, proper wear, when to wear them, all that good stuff. Leadership and core values. Obviously, you're going to learn about our core values, which is honor, courage, and commitment. Leadership, obviously, you're going to kind of learn, how to develop that leadership kind of sense to the way you are. That's pretty much it there. Next thing here, it says they begin to learn discipline through close order drill and hand-to-hand combat skills through the Marine Corps Martial Arts Program, which is made up of various martial arts styles. Alright, now what that says is you're going to learn discipline through close order drill. Now, everywhere you go on that base, pretty much, matter of fact, there's no pretty much, everywhere you go on that base, you will be drilling, at least with your platoon, or say you're going to dental, you're going to go to dental either, by yourself, Actually, no, you won't go by yourself until way later. You will be going with, like groups of 2, 3, maybe 10, and there will always be one person marching. If you're in, one person calling out the cadence. You won't be singing it like the drill instructors. You'll be singing left, right, left, right, left, right. You're just saying left, right, and all that good stuff. But everywhere you go on that base, you'll be doing some kind of drill. And I don't know about everybody else, but I enjoy drill. Maybe that's just because I come from a school where the marching band was like top notch, so I kind of enjoyed it. And it says hand-to-hand combat through the Marine Corps Martial Arts Program, also known as MCMAP. It's obviously your martial arts. You're going to learn your basic level of martial arts. You're going to get your tan belt there at the end, or whenever they give them to you now, I'm not sure. It's going to be that. You're just going to learn simple things like how to do your break falls correctly, an arm bar to a blood choke. I can't remember, it's been a while. There's that. And then next it says recruits will also complete the 5K and the 8K hikes and take part in the initial drill competition. Alright, now the 5K and the 8K, obviously a 5K, that's 3 miles, and an 8K, what is that, like, I don't even know, like freaking, like 6 miles or so, not even 5.5 or so, I don't know. I guess they don't do those on Camp Pendleton anymore, which means you guys are getting very lucky that you don't have to do those freaking hikes on Camp Pendleton. I also feel very sorry for you because you're not going to know what to expect when you do the freaking crucible and you got to go up and down all those hills. So I'm very sorry for you guys. And initial drill. Now that right there is a big part of boot camp. It's big for yourself not only, but it's also big for your drill instructors because it shows how much they've actually been taking the time to show you how to do this stuff. Now, I'm not going to take this very softly, but initial drill isn't as important as final drill. It's very important nonetheless, but it's not as important as final drill, is what we were told that is. Okay? So yeah, there's that. Yeah, that was phase 1. Now let's move on to phase 2. Now week 4 is actually still the same as it was when I was there. It's still swim week, okay? Swim week, that's kind of not true because it's not a week. It shouldn't be. It should just be 1 day long unless you fail, and you really shouldn't fail unless you just accidentally do something stupid. So what it is there's 4 sections, I believe. The first one is you're going to be doing a 25-meter swim, just a simple 25-meter swim. The second part is you're going to be going off the tower, which I'm not sure how high up it is, maybe 20 feet off the water. I don't know, actually. I don't remember. Excuse me. Your third little deal there is going to be, they're going to have you stay afloat by inflating your pants. What you're going to do is you're going to basically shove your feet down into the water, and it's going to shove air in your pants, and they're going to make you cross your legs so the air doesn't come out. And then freaking the third, no, yeah, that was the third one. The fourth one is the underwater heavy gear shed. Now what that is you're going to be wearing a Kevlar, you're going to have a rubber rifle, and you're going to have a flak on as well. I did this for Kevlar, but Kevlar is your helmet. And yeah. And they're going to have you go underwater, give you about 10 seconds to shed all that gear off. It is very easy. Do not overthink it. I promise you, everyone does it. That is probably the one that you literally cannot fail that one because it's so easy. The very last one is, I believe it's 25 meters, and it's you're going to be floating with a pack. Like they're going to give you a pack, and it's going to have like air or something in it, and you're going to throw it in the water, jump on it, and swim 25 meters. Now, with all of this being said, keep in mind, everything in the Marine Corps is a competition, okay? They're going to tell you, when you're swimming with the pack, oh, like, hey, swim past that guy, now you pass him, swim past that guy, whatever. Everything's competition. I know it's not too important with this part, but it that's just what they told me. Or they told us, rather. Now, that was week 4. Week 5, they've actually looks like it's changed that around. Yeah, it's very changed around. I'm still here on this Recruit Parents website. Week 5 is Team Week, which is much different from when we did it. I believe that was week 9 for us. And it says, the recruits take a short break from non-stop training to help out around the base. Crews do laundry, help in supply warehouses, and clean buildings around the depot. They also get their photos taken in the dress blue uniforms, and they will finish off the week with the 10K hike. Okay. Now, that first little thing, it says that you take a break from non-stop training. Yeah, that's pretty true, but you're still... Team Week doesn't last, like, all day. It lasts till, like, noon chow. So, what Team Week is, if it's still the same basics as it was when I was there, is you're going to wake up, freaking go to morning chow, and then they'll send you off to wherever you're needed around the base. Like I said, you can do laundry, help in supply warehouses, clean buildings around the depot. I remember the first thing I did on Team Week was I went over to the recycling plant, or the recycling like warehouse deal, and we sorted out bottles from bottles to cans and all that. And even with the bottles, it was different colors, like the clear ones, the green and brown, things like that. Another thing I did was I went to Hotel Company to take out mattresses from them and to give to Kilo Company. I also got to participate in Kilo Company's Black Friday. We didn't get to watch. They made us stay in the freaking rain room. Or, I hate saying that word. It's a freaking shower, okay? You're going to hate these words that they make you say because they're so stupid. It says they also get their photos in the dress blues. Yeah. That one that every Marine takes, it's hanging up in your recruiting station that all the other Marines before you see them on TV all the time and all that good stuff. That's pretty simple. I believe if it's still the same, it's also going to be the time for you to order like your memorabilia from bootcamp. Like they got those pictures in various different sizes, wallet size, typical whatever. They've also got like mugs. They got challenge coins. They got this little like crystal cube. They got ones that are like this big, and then they got like a really big one. And what it is it's got your picture laser embedded inside of it, and it's really cool. I have one actually. Different things like that. And you can also order like a boutonniere that you can have saved for like your mom or your girlfriend, wife, sister, whatever, when they come visit you on family day, and you go pick it up there. Yeah. And then you will finish off the week with the 10K hike. As I said before. Now this 10K, that's 6 miles. I was wrong earlier when I said 8K is 6 miles. No, 10K is 6 miles. Roughly, it's like 6.2 or some trash like that. I don't know. But yeah, that's that. Again, you guys are very lucky, but also very unlucky at the same time, because you won't have to do the freaking hikes on the hills of Camp Pendleton, but at the same time, you don't get to do them on the hills of Camp Pendleton, so you won't know what to expect whenever you do the Crucible. Yeah. All right, now week 6 is your last week of phase 2, and what it is you're doing your pugil sticks, which is pretty fun. I didn't really care for it because, the first pugil sticks I didn't get to do because I was helping put away the bayonets and everything, and the rubber rifles, all that good stuff. So I didn't get to do the first the first pugil sticks. Now the second pugil sticks I did get to do, and it's the one where you're on the bridge and it's 2-on-1. So unfortunately, I was the one on the 2. Now, granted, typically, they try to put you up against bigger guys. I got guys that were right about my size, and I'm not too big, so long story short, I won. I ended up pushing the guy. Well, in the beginning, the one guy knocked his buddy off by being an idiot, and then I ended up knocking the other dude off. So I won Pupil Sticks 2, my part anyways. And then it's preparation, getting ready to go up to Camp Pendleton for Phase 3. I guess Phase 3 is spent entirely, except for Marine Week, it's spent entirely at Camp Pendleton. I don't know. I haven't really read everything. So yeah, that's that. And you will also do your uniform inspection. Now, I don't know if that's going to be your senior drill instructor inspection or your what would it be? Your series commander inspection, because honestly, I can't even remember. I would assume this is your senior drill instructor inspection, but I'm not sure. Alright, moving right along. Phase 3, you're moved on up to Camp Pendleton now. You're all settled into your barracks, your squad bay up there. And I will tell you, these aren't near as good as the ones back on MCRD. So week 7, your first week of Phase 3, you're now a Phase 3 recruit. Yeah, Gainway 3rd phase, as y'all are gonna say, because everybody did it. It says week 7 is grass week. It says recruits will hike to the rifle range and begin to learn the fundamentals of Marine Corps marksmanship. Recruits learn the proper firing positions and spend hours sitting in the grass fields sighting in on practice targets. Unfortunately, that is very true, and it is still kind of true once you get out of boot camp and you start doing the freaking, you're doing regular stuff. You're in the fleet and you requalify every year still the same way. So you're going to hike the rifle range, learn the fundamentals of Marine Corps marksmanship. It is much more relaxed there with your PMI, your primary marksmanship instructor. He is going to be much more relaxed. Maybe it's a woman. I don't really know. I had a man. I think there was one female there when I was there. But you're going to learn how to, basic firing positions from your standing, sitting, kneeling, and prone. Basics like that. Proper firing positions, like I just said. Spend hours in the grass fields sighting in on practice targets. Yes. What you will do is there's going to be like this big concrete semicircle with padding on it, so you can when you do your prone position, it's not so uncomfortable. And there's going to be this barrel in the middle, big tall white barrel, maybe 5-6 feet tall, and it's going to have it's going to simulate you being on the 500-yard line, I believe, because of how small the targets are. And you're going to be just sitting there firing and firing and firing all day for the first couple days. It's very boring, but when you're actually talking to your PMI, it is much more chill. But just remember, he's still a Marine. He's still going to be an NCO. I don't think they let Lance Corporals be PMIs. I'm not sure, though. Mine was a Sergeant Scarborough. Yep, that was, and your drill instructors, once you get back to them in the squad base and everything, they're going to be like, oh, you've gotten, undisciplined being with your freaking PMIs because they're letting you chill and all this other junk. They're going to mess you up. Just let that be known. And if y'all do anything like ours did, my PMI, I do remember, I was helping him with something. I was keeping a mark on his clipboard paper for something. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was something. But he had me helping him, and I overheard him talking to some of the other PMIs and the coaches, talking about how he's going to tell our drill instructors that we messed up and we were getting complacent and everything. And then he looked at me, he's like, "Weast, you hear what I just said?" It's like, "No, sir." It's like, "All right." Because I think he actually knows that I heard him, but yeah. So he lied to our drill instructors, that way they would mess us up. And they did, because we were getting complacent on the range. So that is the entirety of week 7 right there. Alright, now week 8 is, excuse me. Week 8 is your actual live fire time. Yeah, that's your live fire. It's going to be your actual qualification for your rifle score. and you're going to be shooting from, I believe, the 200, 300, and 500 yard lines. I can't remember. It's been so freaking long. You're going to be, you're going to be shooting your weapon, first time live firing it. Yeah. And then the next part is you're going to finish that off with a 12K hike. So I was wrong. You will be actually doing a hike on Camp Pendleton. A 12K, that's like what, 7.5 miles maybe? I don't know. So yeah, y'all actually won't be going as far. No. Yeah. Because we did a 15K there. I don't know. I really can't remember. I know ours was an 8 mile. We did our last hike there was an 8 mile hike. However many K's that is, I don't know. Maybe 12. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's week 8 for you. Week 9 is your basic warrior training, BWT, as it's most of the time called, field week. It says here they are taught basic skills of survival and combat, such as combat marksmanship, land nav, proper gas mask use, and how to maneuver under enemy fire. They will also conduct the final combat fitness test. Let me go back over that again. You're taught the basic skills of survival and combat. So, I really can't think of what that entails right now. It's probably pretty intense if I can't remember correctly. Combat marksmanship skills, that's going to be your table 2 firing. Okay, let me back up a little bit. The week before this is what's known as table 1, and that's your unknown distance. So, but I just told you how far it is, and they're going to tell you anyways. And table 2 is your combat marksmanship, which you're not going to be any more than, I think it's 25 yards out or something like that. And yeah, that's your combat marksmanship. Land nav is pretty fun. You're going to learn how to use a map, a compass, how to plot points on a map properly. I enjoyed land nav. I really did. Proper gas mask use. Obviously, you're going to learn how to put your mask on, how to clear it, and do all the stuff. How to maneuver under enemy fire. That ties into your combat fitness test, which there's a part of it called maneuver under fire. Combat fitness test is, oh my god, everyone hates the freaking CFT. It consists of ammo can lifts, an 880 yard sprint, and your maneuver under fire, which is a little course that you're gonna do. It's tough. It's pretty tough. It is tiring. I will say that. That's about all I'm gonna say. So that was the entirety of week 9. Okay, now moving on to this infamous phase 4 that I know nothing about, but from what I'm reading here, this is pretty much my last couple of weeks, the same as these guys will go through. So it says the week begins with a physical fitness test and a written exam before the final drill evaluation. The recruits then face the crucible, final 54-hour event that tests the recruits on the knowledge, skills, and values they've been taught throughout training. Those who complete the final challenge are awarded their Eagle Globe and anchors, symbolizing their transformation from recruits to Marines. So it says you're going to begin with a physical fitness test. I'm assuming that's your final one, unless that's your only one. I don't know how they do it. We had 3 PFTs when I went to boot camp. The initial, inventory, and final. So I don't know if it's the same or different or what, but yeah, that's that. Your written exam before your final drill. The written exam, it is very easy. Honestly, if you fail, you are a complete idiot, because it is very simple. Especially if you pay attention in the classes that your teachers give you, and that when you learn about your knowledge while you're screaming at the chow hall line, outside the chow hall, or when you're taking those tests inside of your squad bay. Final drill is, from what my drill instructors told me, that's where people lose their jobs. Your senior drill instructor is going to be the one that gives you all the commands on final drill. basically the way I understood it was if he failed final drill, he lost his job. Now, I don't know how true that is, and maybe, I don't know. But final drill is where your moneymaker's at. Yeah. And then next comes the very, very coveted Crucible, the 54-hour field event that tests recruits on the knowledge, skills, and values they've been taught throughout training. So there's how the Crucible works is there's these citations set up around Edson Range, which is where you go on Camp Pendleton for, your firing and all that good stuff. It's, like I said, citations for Marines that have received the Medal of Honor, Silver Stars, Navy Cross, things like that. And you're basically going to be doing kind of like a simulated challenge of what they did in order to merit those valorous medals. And then that's your first 2 days now. Now your third day is your for San Diego guys. This is mainly who I'm speaking to in this video, because it's mainly all the San Diego guys, because Paris Island's training schedule may be different. I'm pretty sure it is from this. It deviates a little bit. But the very last day is your Reaper hike. Now, don't overthink this, because it's really not that bad. It sucks a whole lot, but it's not that bad. It is, I believe, 3 miles from the Crucible barracks to the base of the Reaper. You're going to sit there, kind of collect yourself a little bit. When they tell you not to look at the truck, do not look at that truck, because you are going to psych yourself out completely, and you're going to think, oh my God, this is so hard, I can't do it. No, I'm not even going to say it, but don't look at the truck, all right? You're going to psych yourself out. And then once you get to the top of it, you're going to sit right before the very last hill, and you're going to, receive the command. Attack the hill. You're going to attack the hill, run up it, war cry. You're going to get up there, kind of come down a little bit, and you're going to go over to this, big area, and that's where you're going to receive your EGA from your drill instructors. Proudest moment of my life so far, other than getting engaged to my fiance. I think those right now, those would have to be the most two important moments of my life, was becoming a Marine and getting engaged to my best friend of 4 years. So yeah. And then what it is you're gonna hike back about 5 or 6 miles, I believe. The infamous zombie walk. Now, for you guys, it may be different. It's different for everybody. But with my company, Bravo Company, there was no walking involved in this zombie walk. We pretty much fast walked or ran the entire way back. I know what you're thinking, like, oh, that doesn't sound too hard. No, it sucked, because you still got your packs on, and you're still going up and down hills and all this other crap. So there was that. So week 11 is your first week of Marine Week. Congratulations, you freaking made it. The information here says Marine Week now lasts 2 weeks, giving the new Marines more time with their drill instructors. During this time, the Marines will gain more insight as to what it means to be a United States Marine. The Marines will also conduct a uniform inspection for the battalion commander. So, obviously what this says is going to give you more time to spend with your drill instructors. They're going to kind of teach you more about how to, I think they teach you how to, like, act in the fleet and all this good stuff. Like it says, gain more insight to what it is to be a United States Marine. So yeah, there's that. You will also conduct your uniform inspection with your battalion commander. This is the entire battalion, so he's in charge of 4 companies, whether it be 1st Battalion, 2nd Battalion, 3rd Battalion, or for you females that may be watching, 4th Battalion, which is, I'm pretty sure it's a woman. So my battalion commander, I remember, was Lieutenant Colonel Rumler. 1st Battalion, obviously, it was Bravo Company, as I said. This is the one where, now how true this is, I'm not sure, but I still don't know. This is the one where if you screw up really bad, they can send you back to training day 1. Okay? See, even saying that just sounds stupid. So, I don't know. I don't know. So that is your entirety of week, what is that, 11, I think? All right. And moving on to the final week, which is week 12. Says this final week, the Marines will complete the final administrative task before their graduation ceremony. The new Marines get 10 days of leave before reporting to Camp Pendleton, California for additional combat training and then to various military occupational specialty schools across the country. So what it is here is, if it's still the same, and I assume it is because I've been kind of following the MCRD page on Instagram and Facebook, Monday and Tuesday, and I guess now Wednesday, you're still doing like your administrative stuff, like it says, kind of out processing. And then on Thursday is, it's family day, and you're still gonna do your moto run. Thursday morning, you're gonna do your moto run, which is, I believe it's like 3 miles. That's what they tell us, but it does not feel like 3 miles. I promise you, it's gonna be over very quickly because you're gonna be motivated, running, singing cadence with your drill instructors, with your other fellow Marines around you, and then you're gonna be motivated as hell to see your family for the first time in 3 months. I promise you, it's one of the best feelings you will ever have in your life. I promise you, it feels so great to hug your mom, to hug your dad, your girlfriend, brother, sister, whatever. Again, it's amazing. You spend all day with your family. Ours was concluded at about 6:00 p.m. Yeah, and then the next day you wake up, go do some stuff in the morning, and then you'll go graduate, and you get the hell off that base immediately, okay? As fast as you can, because I know you don't want to ever go back there. You don't want to be on there any longer. I know, trust me. So that is boot camp. You then get your 10 days of leave. If you're lucky enough, you can get some RA, which is recruiter's assistance, which is what I'm on right now, but I'm just waiting to pick up for my C school. I've obviously completed boot camp 9 months ago almost. You get your 10 days of leave, which then you report to the School of Infantry West. Like I said, this is mainly for you San Diego guys. Then report to the School of Infantry West, which is on Camp Pendleton, California, the 52 area. I am very versed with this freaking place because I spent 6 months there, unfortunately. You will go to Marine Combat Training Battalion, MCT, and you will spend 28 days there. You know what? I'll make another video soon explaining what MCT is. I may even do one about ITB just so you guys can have an idea. So, yeah, that was that. If you guys have any questions about anything, go ahead and leave them in the comments section. You know, I know a lot of people don't watch my videos, but I'd be willing to answer any questions like anyone has. Anything, really. So, leave comments, whatever, suggestions on anything else you want to hear about. It doesn't even have to be, you know, Marine Corps related. I can answer questions, you know, maybe about the Army, the Air Force, Navy, you know, whatever. Anything you guys need. So, I'll catch you guys in another video soon. So, I'll see you later.